What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Are you ready? This is your girl Sincere. Welcome to Thought Crimes, and I'm here with.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? This is your man P Solo back in the building. Good morning, too, by the way.
Good morning. We're going to be talking about Sarah Ferguson, who was the ex-wife of Prince Andrew, and allegedly she had a romantic connection to Diddy, who was introduced to him through Ghislaine Maxwell. Well, before we start the show, we got to hit you with our warning.
Warning. The Federal Communications Commission has determined the following content to be emotionally harmful. Snowflakes should not view this content under any circumstances, even if supervised by a G.I. Joe, Navy SEALs, Army vet, or someone with good common sense. The views and opinions expressed, including the depictions of persons of color, corrupt politicians, white people with or without a tan, haters who have yet to brush their teeth typing angrily in the comment section with hot breath syndrome, do not reflect any official policy or position of the U.S. government. This program contains graphic language, dark comedy, unique intelligence, creativity, a high credit score, and high blood pressure when triggered. This program has also been accused of racism, violence, misogyny, mansogyny, feminism, MGTOWism, defacement of celebrities, and of course, being a bully. Welcome to Thought Crimes.
This is your girl Sincere again. We're back, and we're going to be talking about, again, Sarah Ferguson and her once relationship with rapper P. Diddy. Before we begin, Prince, you want to say what you want to say to the people?
Oh, yeah, this is your man P Solo back in the building, and shouts out to everybody, too, by the way. Good morning, people.
You going to promote that mud water you Scorpios be drinking, you and Ja? Was that mushroom coffee?
Okay, Sid, where we going with it? Early in the morning, Sid. Mushroom coffee. All right. No, shouts out to everybody, too, by the way. Yes, we are going to be talking about Sarah Ferguson's secret friends with benefits. Again, this is reported by the Daily Mail. Relationship with P. Diddy. They said it lasted for years. Now, Andrew Lonnie reveals illicit tryst with bad boy. It's so stupid, saying it's bad boy rapper that will have the world agog. Agog. All right. So let's get into this. All right. This is one of the many flexes that Diddy had over the rest of the rappers in the industry.
Well, I mean,
I get to hang out with the Royals, the Blue Bloods.
Him and Jay-Z always flex being able to hang out with the Blue Bloods. Knock them at your neighbor's house.
Yeah, that Magna Carta. That's who they made the album for. You know
that album was funny though.
The album was for Sarah Ferguson. Now it makes sense. It makes sense. No, the album was for Sarah Ferguson. Again, they're partying with all of these Blue Bloods and all this other stuff. So let's get into it. Saying, again, this was reported by the Daily Mail, and they're talking about the reckoning for Andrew and Sarah came much sooner than the royal family and the media had expected.
Yeah, MSN, also Daily Express, talked about this friends with benefits, and it says here Sarah Ferguson was once in a relationship with P. Diddy. It has been claimed P. Diddy, whose real name is Sean Combs, reportedly first met Sarah Ferguson in New York in 2002. It has been claimed that the meeting happened at a party hosted by Ghislaine Maxwell. Diddy and Sarah reportedly kicked it off, starting a secret, like you said, secret friends with benefit relationship in 2004. And her underage daughter was also at one of the white parties along with the mother at a lot of Diddy's events. Now, this is very important because we reported on Diddy's connection to Ghislaine Maxwell in 2024. And you and I were, and I don't say this out of ego, just say this so people can know our resume. We were the first hip hop platform to talk about Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein in 2015. We made a documentary on it in 2016. We talked about Trump alleged molestation or sexual assault of a 13-year-old girl. We talked about Bill Clinton. We have a whole list of this archive, right? But going to the Diddy and hip hop part of it, we did talk about how Diddy did have a connection to Ghislaine, and we talked about it in 2024. And this goes deeper. Like, he literally gets connected to Sarah Ferguson through Ghislaine Maxwell. What now it makes sense why he had that high price lawyer that was also connected to Ghislaine Maxwell, which the Trump administration right now is trying to figure out a way to get her out of prison.
Yeah, she's going to be out of prison with Shine. Might as well hang it up. But listen.
With Shine.
Hey, listen, let's be real. Like the MTV era, from the Bad Boys and all of that. Look, y'all, I mean, it's time to grow up, people. These people have evil connections. And again, a lot of these people has been schmoozing with each other, right? Now, the only downside to all of this is because the way hip-hop is prognosticated publicly is that, like Jay-Z said on the Magna Carta, the Blue Bloods, it's a flex. Diddy, he rapped that it was a flex to run with, hanging with the Queen of England and all this other stuff.
Jay Electronica, where he was with one of the Rothschilds.
Oh, my goodness.
He was, they were bragging about that before. And,
high-class hookers. These are high-class groupies.
And I'm not trying
to... The rappers act like... No, the rappers do. They act like some high-class... Well, I wasn't going to say high-class, but okay. High-paid or highly lowered-pay groupies and prostitutes.
I don't understand even bragging about sleeping with Sarah Ferguson or
Look
allegedly.
At that face.
There you go.
Look at that face. That look like Chucky's mama. It just looked like she eat human skin.
And he met her in 2002. And let's not forget that Lady Victoria said that if you wasn't in the Jeffrey Epstein files, you're a loser. So, Diddy, congratulations. You're probably going to get out of prison maybe this year or next year. You are not a loser, Diddy. You basically, you got your own Diddy docket, on X. You out here doing your own thing. Well, Free Diddy.
It should be that because, all of the hip-hop podcasting rappers have been crying about him. All right.
They are some big-ass crybabies.
They might as play, Drake's Daddy's Home? Yeah, they've been crying about Diddy. I've been so sick of hearing about... I ain't even been watching none of y'all.
You.
Yeah.
I've been sad since you've been away.
What did Bow Wow say when he took that cigar or that blunt out of that grown man's mouth? He said, yeah, man.
I miss my daddy, Diddy.
It's Diddy, man. He ain't outside, man. It's just the sun don't shine no more.
I wanna hold his hand.
Hey, man. That's it, man. So, yeah, so it's telling you. Now, here's the thing about it, and I'm glad that we have a chance to discuss this here. Because one of the things that, as a culture, especially hip-hop and rap, we every group think they're better than the other group. The blacks, the whites, the Jews, everybody, right? But here's the thing about it.
Don't forget the Asians. Don't forget the Hispanics.
I did on purpose. But listen, here's the thing about it, though, just to put this out here. It's a lot more connected than even a lot of the rap fans would like to admit. And even people that got their own little bigotry, but they support their own little favorite genre, sub-genre, and all this other stuff. One of the things that shakes them out of that foundation is when they find out that everybody knows each other. Everybody didn't slept with each other. People didn't did this and that with each other. And people be in spaces that you have no idea. And if we really kind of even look at how like record labels are set up, and you look at the heads of the record labels, and you just kind of look at who they hang with, it's not that hard to get an idea. And think about it historically. You've always heard people that come from blue blood society, right? The super whites, right? Or the people that come from these spaces where, they're 15 generations in and they're billionaires at age 15 and they don't have to do nothing for the rest of their life. a lot of them always want to say, "Mother, I want to hang with Diddy. You think you can call such and such up? Can you bring Jay-Z and Beyonce over? I want them for my birthday." And like we've seen with many royals, it doesn't matter if they're in India, to your point, Asia, right? It doesn't matter if they're in Israel. It don't matter if they're in Russia. I mean, they can't go to Russia now. But they used to go to all of these places where royal families everywhere would say, "Hey, we'll fly Diddy in. You know, my daughter's a big fan of this rapper." And it's just what it is. And I think right now what we're having more than anything else, if the public chooses to accept it, because again, the audience can make up their own mind. They can see these pictures right here, and they will still say they're going after a black man. So I can't follow y'all there. The photo's right there on the screen. Y'all can check it out.
They could do and say
whatever
what they
you want,
and we're gonna do and say what we want.
But the reality of the situation is, look at Diddy. Diddy said, "I had unique, powerful dustiness that he got to flex over people." And look, Diddy and Jay-Z, all these rappers that are seen at the top, they've rapped about the royal family. They've rapped about knowing these people, hanging out with these people. You know, like you brought up, interesting enough, one of Jay Electronica's biggest flexes of his career, that his fans, his hardcore fans even flexed, was him being with the Rothschild, even over his lyrics. So like, you know, I mean,
well, they didn't like him rapping a cappella. They said, "No, nigga, who do you think you are?
Yeah,
your old mech-shaped head, that big wide ass head of yours."
He got mad
out here.
He thought he was
a cappella.
He thought he was at a bar mitzvah.
Now I gotta say, you know, Jay Electronica can rap, but people usually prefer when Jay-Z does a cappella, it be smooth.
Turn the beat off.
What more can I say?
What more can I say? It's just another day.
I do this all for you.
I'm out there in Mandalay Bay, bringing out Bay. Ain't nobody handling me.
But when Jay Electronica did it, boo!
Because he's mumbles. Jay Electronica gotta understand, you gotta hide all of that mumble stuff that go like, he's mumbles. He mumbles from Dick Tracy. He's one of them characters. And so when he gets out there, he tries to have a poetic justice moment. He don't have the voice for it.
He don't.
Yeah, because sometimes you gotta be careful with Jay Electronica. He sound like he eating up his words. Put that beat back on, nigga. Start rapping again. What the hell you think it's slam poetry, nigga? We don't want to hear you a cappella.
Hell no.
No, yeah, they liked him rapping over them anime beats. Brum, brum, brum. Yeah, so you know, I mean, listen, you know, Sin and I, we've seen enough. All right, we've seen enough where we just know that rap music is just as smoked as the rest of the spaces.
Speaking of anime, you know, Demon Slayer has saving Sony right now. Is raking in a lot of money. It's a great franchise, by the way.
Well, so it wasn't Spider-Woman? It wasn't Venom? I'm waiting for Venom 3. Venom.
Well, there's a lot of people though in this industry with a lot of hidden identities and masks.
That is true.
Mask on, mask off. So
big pharma.
We're gonna definitely continue to pay attention to this. But
this is very interesting though, Sam. I mean, listen. I mean, and also she do look like the woman at the bottom of the Titanic in the film.
She looked like Purge.
Yeah.
This is a Purge type of energy too, because remember we talked about this first with Bobby Sternum, which was Diddy's lawyer, also connected to Ghislaine Maxwell. I gotta say, Diddy did make some strong connections, because at first it was the Rico and all this other stuff, and Lil Rod was saying Lucien Grange gave underage girls to Diddy, and he removed Lucien and UMG from the lawsuit.
Well, didn't Lucy get knighted over there?
Lucy got knighted over there in the UK. What type of connections are we making? Where's Drewski when you need him with the UK accent? But yeah, let's slow it down.
Yeah, do gooder. I'm just saying.
So Lucy is knighted in the UK.
He got knighted.
Who Lil Rod claimed supplied underage girls to Diddy before he removed UMG and Lucien Grange from the lawsuit.
And the hip hop community didn't want to talk about it
because they scary niggas. We know it. And then
I mean, y'all gonna have to talk about it either way. I mean, they not putting you on.
And then
hold on there, right there. Let me put this on the screen so y'all can see Sir Lucy being knighted.
And Diddy was involved at first. The first charge was the RICO. He dodged that. Yeah. He dodged that because that would have had him like 30 years, life imprisonment, all that, right? Yeah. To being reduced to just prostitution across state lines. Ooh. And he could come out at any time. It could be this year. It could be next year. You know, he has a legion of high-priced lawyers.
Yeah. You know, they keep moving this due date up.
Yeah, they keep it.
It's like it's almost like a library fine. They keep moving you got to turn the book in earlier. Some other people are on the wait list. You know?
It's true.
Yeah, but I mean, listen, realistically, you know, and I'm going to say this. I think this would be great for hip hop media and all of the pundits out there, that at the end of the day, the story is what matters. You know, I mean, Diddy partying with this cannibalist here.
Alleged cannibal.
All right.
Right.
I mean, this lady looked like she 1,000 years old.
I ain't gonna lie. She does remind me of the scene when Hannibal Lecter talking about he had liver with kidney beans.
You know what? I hated that character because he was just so obnoxious.
You know what?
He's a very obnoxious. I think he's a terrific actor, but the character was obnoxious.
Let me tell you why I hated that film. It's a great film, by the way. I hated the fact that they tried to give cannibalism class, though.
Oh yeah.
Like he supposed to be better. Remember, because the guy in the scene, he jerked off and his went on the woman's face, and he had enough ethics and dignity to kill him because he was cool with Clarice.
You know why I don't fool with them? Now they do all of this with this crazy cannibalist here of Silence of the Lamb, right?
Yeah.
But they cannot find a dark-skinned Storm. They're a trip. They didn't humanize him. They didn't even try to say he has sex appeal.
They tried to get with it. And again, Anthony Hopkins is a fabulous fucking actor. He is.
He's definitely.
But they definitely, even the lore that they gave Hannibal Lecter, even in the books and stories, is like, bro, they like cannibal. You notice Hollywood and certain authors, they do like to try to class the most obscene thing up.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I always just thought it was a kink film.
Yeah, because it's like, Hollywood, they
like
do that.
Like an old pervert killer, a young agent comes in,
I'm a cannibalist, but I have class.
Yeah, and then Jodie Foster sounded like she was chewing tobacco, and he was like, Clarice, and they loved it. They loved every bit of it.
I just want to know, Mr. Hannibal?
Yes.
You got your education at Oxford, correct?
Yes, and I love classical music.
Yeah. Well, I listen to some classical too,
I think your ears are succulent.
Okay. Let's focus on what we're trying to figure out. Right now, there's a serial killer out on the loose, and you are one of the greatest psychiatrists that ever walked this planet. It's such a shame that you
spray cologne on your bra, don't you?
How do you know that?
I mean, listen. It basically, though, at the end of the day, it's about Sarah Ferguson family. It's a great granddaddy.
That's the Hannibal Lecter's their grandfather.
Yeah, and these are who the rappers would go party with. The rappers would
Prince.
go party with Hannibal Lecter.
Prince, you on the phone, bro?
Yeah.
Yo, bro, man, I was at a party. Guess who was there?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Hannibal Lecter, bro. Okay. Everybody was there. Diddy, Hove, everybody was there, man. And Hannibal Lecter was in the building. He had the mask on and everything, bro.
Wow.
Yo, he inspires me.
Hey, y'all. Hey, your rap industry's cooked, y'all. I mean, listen, if you want to be honest about it, because, Sid and I, we were talking about this briefly. If you guys want to be honest about it, look. 2 years, PSYOP. What are the reasons why, you're seeing things get slowed down? Let's be real. Jeffrey, Jiffy Mix.
Which one? Dharma or Epstein?
Epstein.
There's a lot of bad Jeffries out there.
Yeah, Epstein.
You know, Young Thug said he wants to change his name because of all the negative
the bad Jeffries. He should change it to Young Thug. He should do like Prince, the singer. Right? Yeah, listen, you really had a concerted effort within hip-hop media. And I'm talking about people within the industry. Sid and I have watched it. It's been a concerted, it's been a effort. They pushed to not talk about anything realistically concerning Diddy for 2 years. Because all of these people are also tied into it as well. And Sin and I, we told folks about this, not to say that, oh, we broke the story. I just felt we were actually like a hip-hop, conversation, discourse. We was actually having that real conversation. We was doing the research. We didn't care if we saw one of our favorite MCs tied to anything. We did the research. You gotta think about like how slow you are.
What?
Like you looking at like you clearly hear this crazy, like it's like Eyes Wide Shut on steroids,
yeah.
And then you stop reporting because you think your favorite MC's name shows up in an email.
I just want to let everyone know that I'm going to be retiring. I just feel like it's time for me to look within myself. No, but all kidding aside, I come to y'all with great humility. I'm serious. I really do appreciate y'all, and really appreciate what we do. And I have a lot of gratitude to be able to do what I love with a lot of people that I really enjoy creating with, which is Prince and Be More. So, glad to be here, glad to be able to talk about these different subjects, and also the new people who come to Thought Crimes, understanding that this is what we consistently do and what we will continue to do, along with, of course, a lot of other things that we have interest in introducing to all of y'all. And it's not cannibalism.
Well, let me just read this here real quickly. And then, we're going to just jumping right into the article. And, fantastic statement too, Sin, by the way. Look, it is what it is. I enjoy what I do about it. Although I will say with this situation, we've been doing a lot of research, and at times you kind of gotta like loop yourself out of it. Like, go watch something else, go watch some cartoons, break some of this energy up, and then you get back into it. But I will say, I think this is going to be a really good educational moment for a lot of people that we witness. Play around and be as evasive as possible. For 2 years. And one part of it saying it is the idea that people are fans, or the idea that people are still trying to make relations in a failing industry. The other side of it, we just, you and I, like a lot of times I just come to the conclusion like that people don't know what to talk about. They don't know what the facts are.
Prince, I disagree with you. At the end of the day, what separates me from everybody else is I still have my relationships. I still have my connections in the industry. Matter of fact, I could call somebody up right now and get on a complex list, and that's what makes me different from y'all.
That's what makes you an eggshell walker. That's they be on the pocket, they walking on snow, trying not to crunch the snow. But let's get into this real quick. I'm gonna read this part here before we transition. Listen, it says here, Fergie made no secret of how she wanted to marry someone in the U.S. who was wealthy and powerful, a Palm Beach friend of Epstein said. If Jeffrey popped the question, she would have said yes, even after he was being convicted of sex as a sex offender.
Yeah, after he was when Jeffrey Epstein was convicted, he still was out there partying. He was still partying and hanging out with Andrew and the family.
No, yeah, you're right about that. And you know what they're saying here, Sam? they're saying that Fergie still would have tried to pop, she still would have tried to get that ring up off of him too. So she said she would have still married him. The friend is saying, the associate is saying that Fergie would have still even
Sarah
married
don't
him.
care if they pedos. Sarah don't care if they are murderers. Sarah don't care if they sexual assaulter. She don't care what they do as long as they got the money, connection, and power.
So even after he was convicted of being a sex offender, she had a reputation for being an opportunist and for sleeping with wealthy men. Now, here's the thing. One such wealthy man was the rapper P. Diddy. A former employee of P. Diddy's Bad Boy Records said the rapper was obsessed with the royal family, as many of them are.
Why didn't he marry her?
Well, let's find out here. He bragged about slamming Sarah.
He slammed them cheeks.
So, listen to this nigga. So when he get around the royal whites, it's slamming. These niggas are lame. All right. These niggas.
Diddy got blacker. He went blacker.
So he bragged about slamming Sarah and once said he could not wait until Fergie's daughter comes of age.
What?
So this goes back to the previous part of this article here, saying that Fergie wanted to marry someone from the U.S. This is the daughter. But Diddy down here says, what they say here concerning Diddy, he could not wait until Fergie's daughter was of age.
And again, guys, this is for right now. It's still all alleged, but not alleged that about them knowing each other. It's factual that Sarah and Diddy know each other. It's factual that Ghislaine introduced them. Now, the details of all of this, we'll see what comes to be 100% the truth beyond allegations. This is very disturbing.
Yeah, so again, a former employee of P. Diddy's Bad Boy Records said that the rapper was obsessed with the royal family, bragged about slamming Sarah, and once said he could not wait until Fergie's daughters come of age. This is confirmed by another associate of the singer. He's not a singer, but anyway, of the singer who says Diddy's, real name, Sean Combs. I think this is what you read about a little bit earlier. First met Sarah Ferguson in New York in 2002 at a party thrown by Ghislaine Maxwell, and her secret friends with benefits relationship began in 2004 and lasted for years. In 2006, he launched his own perfume, Unforgivable. I remember them sorry ass commercials. It's stupid. Yeah, they were unforgivable. But anyway, which he claimed was inspired by Sarah. So the Unforgivable perfume was inspired by an Illuminati heiress. And so it says by Sarah, inspired by Sarah, and how she liked a man to smell. She introduced her two daughters to the rapper many times, including a yacht party weekend with Eugene, then 16, in 2006. So that is the image you guys see here on the screen. Sarah, 16-year-old Eugene here. All right. And so let's get down to it. All right, in 2006, Sean's parties were wild. A royal family staff member said the fact that she brought Eugene around was alarming. The Duchess and rapper met in Europe and Africa.
Oh, you mean the same African safari that Chris Tucker was on?
Hey, man. Dumbasses on that plane. They'd meet in luxurious hotels. They once stayed at a 7-star hotel. That was over 50,000 euro a night. They spared no expense. It says here in 2025, Diddy was found guilty of 2 counts of transportation for prostitution and sentenced to 50 months in prison. All right. It says one of Sarah's long-serving personal assistants confirmed that Sarah tended to sleep not just with her fantasy figures, but with her financial benefactors. All right, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the crowd that the Oprahs and the Wills and the Jadas and the the Chris Tuckers and the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's. This is what all of the people that watch Good Morning America and Today, this is the energy that they have been obsessing over. But yeah, this is very interesting because, again, like you and I talked about, saying you did a great job as well. But yeah, they people didn't want to talk about that, how rappers, especially Diddy, was interwoven with this family here.
And the last thing before we close out, guys, let's not forget about the Russian billionaire who ended up allegedly, no, not even allegedly, he is dead.
He is dead, yeah.
I think they said allegedly through suicide, but his daughter came out and said it wasn't through suicide. Mm-hmm. What was his name again? What was that Russian billionaire that was also connected to Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell? What was his name?
We know it wasn't Clarice.
No, it wasn't. What was his name? Umar. Yes, Umar. That was the Russian billionaire that was found dead.
Umar, I'm gonna put him on the screen real quick so we can have y'all maybe you guys remember
He was
him.
67 years old.
Yeah, he's actually, there's some interviews. I watched a few of his interviews. Of course, they had subtitles because he was speaking his native language. But
yeah, he thought he was cool because he said he hung out with Diddy and Jay-Z, so he thought he was down.
Well, they did put him down, So
they did.
Yeah, look, it is what it is. Like, I know, actually, with everything that's going on in media, and I'm talking about, just the news cycle in general, it's everywhere. It's literally everywhere. You got all the stuff going on with Turning Point. You got stuff going on in the White House. And, you have all this stuff being exposed within media, too, by the way. So, yes, okay, to the point, daughter questions death, all right? So here we go. This is reported by Monaco. So I'm going to put this on the screen for y'all. Daughter questions death of Russian oligarch and former Monaco resident Umar, all right?
And we're going to leave that on that note for y'all. We're going to close out to some good music. We love and appreciate all of y'all. Peace.
And I sing because I'm free. His eyes
Oh my God, what's this?
And I sing happy, and I sing.